Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here. Let me get through this like usual. I do not own this picture, just a non-paid video. Alright, okay. So, I want to let you guys know real quick. There's a dog in my room right now that you may hear, well, maybe barking or people coming in my room or such, or just weird noises. I don't know. But yeah, it's not my dog, it's my sister's. So, yeah. Also, he just loves coming in my room a lot. I don't understand why. I know dogs love me, but come on. But anyways, so yeah, I watched a video where I left off. I already know I gave him a hammer, gauntlets, his scythes, his basically, face mask, and I made him turn back into, well, this form. I guess, and I had him get anti magic on everything of his powers and abilities. I gave him like a large amount of magic that seems like it's infinite. So yeah, and it was right after the Black Bulls Gauntlet that we're at. So yeah, I'm only gonna go up to probably the after the ice mages attack on Saucy's village. I don't really know. But depends how far I get. Anyways, I hope, let's just start. This is What If Asta was the reincarnation of death, part 2. Alright, so, Magna, is showing Asta around the place. He's, basically just giving him a quick tour just of like the area where to his room is, just to show him the way. As when they, get to his room, Asta sees it. It's basically just like what was at home, but he has his own room and he can clean it. So he starts cleaning it right away, which surprises him. And I want to say Nara's there too, just if I never said it, she was there, but yeah, Nara just like suddenly appeared right the part ended. I'm just making Nara appeared right on top of his head, just sitting on him, just sitting on it. So yeah, so Nara's there. She's basically just cleaning up. I mean, no. Yeah, she's helping clean up, which is surprising for Bandai. Says, why is that bird helping you? And Asa just says, I got dust here that's also helping. And does it just like, having a rag just, help like get in the corners of some places that, I'm just saying Asa for now on. Asa couldn't reach, so yeah. Manda just says, "All right, I'll wake you up. Tomorrow. I'll get you. Not wake you. I'll, get you tomorrow, and I can show you around the place. As a tour." And he goes, "All right." So, right after Manda leaves, and before Asta even goes to bed, he gets a knock on his door. And when he opens it, he finds it's a boy with, I want to say blonde hair. Yeah, blonde hair, and it's Spite, and it says, "So, how long has it been since I seen you?" And Asta just says, "Oh wait, not yeah." Asta is thinking to himself, goes like, "What? What does he mean by that?" And someone said I should, I mean, I could add, one of Death's brothers from Darksiders 2 in it. So I'm doing this first. As he just shows the gauntlet. He goes, and immediately Asta just says war. As basically he like basically, he opens up his eyes. I want to say his eyes were red. War's eyes were red, so Lot got the red eyes. He goes, surprised to see you again, brother. He goes, what happened to you? How did you? He goes, let's just say something happened to us in the future. Me, Fury, and Strife. I think Strife is the name of the brother, the one with the guns. But yeah, anyways, let's just get to it. I'm not really caring right now about that. But yeah, so anyways, Asta just goes like, what? What do you mean? He goes, look, you came into us in the way you are now. That's all I can say. But let me tell you, the new look that you had surprised all of us. As he just says, okay, let's talk. He goes, sorry, but I'm kind of tired. Goodbye, brother. And he just leaves. And Asta just saying to himself, oh, great. I'm gonna have to deal with my brother now. Who knew he was going to be here? Wait, where are Strife and Fury? Oh, please don't tell me they're the same age as me, or at least older than me. Okay, just follow. Let you guys know, I'm making some. I may have to make some of them like in different time periods when they were born. So yeah. Anyways, let's get back into this. So Asa goes back to his room. He closes it and he just falls asleep. The next day he wakes up. Same thing happened. The pillar Magna shows him around and everything, and well, when they get to the beast, Asta just like holds the food, and he's just like saying, "If you ever bite me, I will rip you apart." And they just feel this intensity, and he's not joking. So they just like take it carefully and just start eating their food, which Magna just says, "Huh? They usually never get that violent." So I mean, well, not that violent, that like calm when someone threatened them. He goes, Ash just looks and goes like, I'm different. He goes, yeah, you're the apocalypse, the horsemen of war, of the apocalypse. So I don't think no one will mess with you. I just, as he just nods. So they just Amanda just shows him around till they meet Noelle. Noelle, is very well interested in Asta, not in a love interest way, but yeah, she's like she does her usual thing, and when the magic tries to hit Asta, he just instead of it, just basically being like going off, and then she quits. He just cuts Ren into two easily with his scythe, which surprises Magna and Magna and basically Noelle. So yeah, he just says, "Is that all? Simple thing that we just talk to you and you'll just fire at us?" Royalty. As he just walks right past her, and she's like, "What? What the?" And instead of like the whole entire, like instead of her like Queen of Black Bulls, she's just confused. Magna just says, I'll talk to you later," as he runs off towards Asta. As he goes, "Yo, Asta, what's wrong?" He goes like, "Royalties are scum. She's one of them." And he goes, "Come on, she's your teammate. And besides, we do have some royals here." His Asta just sighs and he goes like, "Are they all like her? Who thinks she's better than everyone else?" As he goes, "Is that why you hate royals?" He goes like, let's just say royals have a dark, deep past that's filled with blood. That's all. As Madna kind of gets a little bit shaken by this, and he goes, right. And, he just, he says, I'm gonna, go talk back over in a while. So, Asta goes and trains in the woods for an hour or two. He's just basically, seeing how strong he can do. Like, if he throws a punch into a tree, see if he'll go all the way through it, or, it'll break the tree, having it go right into another tree. So, he, well, pardon me, everyone. But he just, does that. He even takes a sword and the hammer he did like store it into it. So he does take out his hammer and then he just starts swinging it around, training his body more a little bit and just getting better, as his fighting style with them, which is pretty proficient if he doesn't, overdo it or try to show off. So after just like 2 to 3 hours of doing that, he just like, starting to go back as he hears Noelle giving it her all and trying to use her magic properly. So he just watches and finds it very interesting that she's having troubles with it. I know I said demon, I realized I should have said devil, but eh. Or should I say devil? But hold on. Oh, I thought my dad was gonna come in and pet the dog that's in my room. um. Anyways, you know, he's wondering why is the anti-magic devil says she was probably mistreated or something, as he realized, oh, then I may have been a little bit too hard on her. And the anti-magic devil says, "Of course you were." He goes, "My bad." Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Everyone. I had to take the dog out. But anyways, okay, where was that? Yeah, so he basically decides to walk out of the bushes where he was and just go talk to her. As when he comes out of the bushes and stuff, she freaks out because he says, "So about your magic." As she's starting to think he's gonna say mean things about her and everything. Just starts to like start calling her names and stuff, and then so she loses control of her magic, and then he jumps, but instead of like him getting like blown away by her magic, he's able to jump onto the tree nearby, hold on to it, ride it up into the air, and then like jump right off for the trees. Everyone are flying. As Yami is, coming out, as he goes, I don't know how I'm gonna take that thing on. As then, he sees a tree coming, like not one tree with somebody on it as Asta jumps down. As Yami just tells him, saying, "Hey, Asta, can you take that thing out?" And Asta just says, "Yeah, I can." This is gonna be too easy though. Everyone else comes out. Vanessa. Well, Vanessa is in shock by this and surprised, and Lut comes out and just says, "Asta, are you going to take it out with your scythes or your transformation?" As he just says, and as he says to Asta, which is war, and he just, Asta just looks at him and goes like, "The only way I can ever get up there is if I, well, transform, so." Oh yeah, we're also gonna have to tell them about us. And he says, "Yeah, that's true." As everyone looks at him, goes like, "What?" And then Asta says, "I'm gonna need a drink after this." As Yami goes, wait, you're not legal to drink. And he goes, I'm the reincarnation of death. I'm able to drink. I don't get drunk anyways. And he goes, wait, what? And then, Asta just transforms and just flies off. Which everyone sees, all of a sudden the anti-magic, well, the scythe, starting to, like, have anti-magic coming off of it. And then it slices right through, Noelle's magic, and he catches her. Which everyone is surprised about it, like, because he's able to fly right back down, de-transform, and then, he's just holding on to her, as she's blushing a little bit. And then he gives actually the same speech as, they did in canon. Then he does apologize to her for, what she did. He just says, I just hate royalty. They look down on commoners. But you're different. So I'm sorry. I was wrong to judge you right away. As Noel says, it's no problem. I judged you too for being a commoner. So, as he just says, can we start over? As Omo says, sure. I'm Novel Silva. As Asta just says, my name is Asta. Well, it used to be called something else, but Asta. It's now Asta. So, yeah. She goes, nice to meet you, Asta, as, they shake hands. As, then, like, luck comes over to him, over to Asta, and he just says, so, are you wondering something? He was like, yeah, where is your big, giant, freaking fist? That gauntlet you always had on. It was, oh, yeah. As then all of a sudden, like, there's a mark on Luck's hand, as then it just transforms, and it just turns into the Gauntlet of War. And he just says, pretty handy, huh? I learned how to do that when I'm here. Didn't know how to at first. Took some time. It spawned ever since I was 4, so, yeah. As, dusk comes over, so does Noel. I mean, not Noel, Nero. And it's basically, everyone's kind of confused. He goes, oh, this is Dust, my crow. I mean, I told you I have, like, some animals. As then he just whistles out, and a spirit comes. As they've seen the horse, as everyone's, like, looking at it in shock, and he goes, so, allow me to explain. As he just tells them, Lut is actually the reincarnation of War, his brother, one of his brothers. And he's asked, though, has anyone ever been a hot-headed person that would bow mouth or get into a fight with anyone over any little thing? As then Yami just says, wait, no. As Asta just says, wait, what's wrong, Captain Yami? He goes, that sounds like Mariolona. Wait, Mariolona? Now I'm messing up. Give me a minute. Yeah, I got it right. But he says, wait, who is she? Asta just says, well, he knows a few things about her, just doesn't know all. Lux just fills him in. So she's how Fury is, but with fire magic. And imagine her basically willing to fight, and it just goes all out, very powerful woman. As he goes, oh, okay. So basically, our sister just with way more power. He goes, yeah, pretty much. He goes, interesting. All right, does anyone know about Strife? Do you know about him? As he just says, not really, but I have a theory. You know who he is, and yeah, and then Asta just goes like, "You actually use your brain for once, War, instead of your fist." As War just looks and he goes like, "Watch it." As then the sword just comes out of nowhere from the ground. Well, it comes up from the ground, and it's the same sword as War had in Darksiders 1. And he just point, as then he's just like basically saying, "I can cut you with this easily." As in, basically Asta pulls out his scythes, and he just goes, "Bring it! I'm ready any day of the week, brother." As they just scowl at each other, as Captain Yavi just says, "So the Horsemen of War and the Horsemen of Death is on our team." And the captain is the sister of them. Well, this is quite interesting. As Asta says, "Yeah, like I said, I need a drink." As Vanessa has a freaking wine bottle in her hand, and he just goes up, he grabs it, he just starts drinking out of it, and Vanessa goes like, "My wine." He goes like, "You can get more." As well, yeah. As he just walks away. As everyone's wondering, they just asked Slug, goes like, "Luck, could you?" He goes like, "I don't get drunk either, and I just still don't drink." My brother's way more different than me. Since he is death, he doesn't get drunk so easily. Also, he has a trouble with aging, so his mind may be older than everyone else's, but his body is different. So yeah. Actually, I need to do something real quick. Yeah, alright. I just want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, since Asta is death, he doesn't care about drinking. And if you're gonna say, oh, he shouldn't, drink and stuff, it's just, I want to do something different. But yeah, if you're a kid, um, don't drink early. Wait till you're legal. I'm not promoting that. Just saying, I'm not promoting. I'm just saying, Asta's mind is, since Death died, he was reincarnated. He still has all the knowledge of how old he was, for how many years he's been alive, and well, since he was aging again, it doesn't matter to him since he lived a life before and he has all his memories. That's what I'm saying. Okay, please understand that, and don't do wait till you're older. All right. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, uh, they go in. He's just, let's just say, the next day does happen. All that day they did was just, talk. Well, Vanessa and Asta talked while Lot was talking to Noelle. She was asking more about, how Asta was in the past. As he just says, cold, heartless, moody, very easy to make a furious person, make angry with when his patience is thin. And he always tries to not try to get into conflict much. He tried to show them a different path because after a while you get tired of killing mostly demons or angels or anyone the charred council makes you go and fight. It just gets tiring sometimes. As they go like, what? He goes like, imagine throwing stones with faces and a mouth and firing them as they talk, because they're able to have glowing eyes when they're talking and all that. Irritating pieces of rock. And want to destroy them for years. And then we finally did, as Austin had his mask. He basically has his mask off his face. He goes like, "Wait, we did? We finally killed those freaking old geezers?" As he goes, "Heck yeah, we did. Those were not easy people to freaking end. Let me tell you that, Death." He goes, Asta. He goes like, yeah, whatever. They were not easy, and we did it though in the end. And he goes, well, we're called the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse for a reason, right? He goes, yeah, true. And then wait, also says, wait, when did we? He goes, future. All you say is, like I told you, I met you when you're in your older, and plus, you time traveled. Well, not time travel, but you came from this world into back to your original, and he told us about this. So somehow we were able to get here and being reincarnated. But anyways, it was wait. Explain to me how. That's just sorry. Can't reveal much. You'll figure it out. He goes, whatever. And he just starts drinking again. As Vanessa just, basically does ask, do you like alcohol? He goes, yeah. It's the one thing humans, or should I say mortals, made pretty good. I mean, I was one of the four horsemen of apocalypse. Doesn't mean I didn't know about like what humans have done. She was, oh, okay. So yeah, so after like all of that, they talked to Asta a lot more about their past and such, and they were okay to reveal it. Then the next day happens, and well, the chores happen. Lot helps him out, and you know, Vanessa kind of is talking while Noel and Nero are eating, and Locke is talking to Vanessa. I mean, not Vanessa. I mean Noel. And so Vanessa and Asta are just talking, and he goes, "So, want me to tell you about my magic, or should I tell you about no, okay, trying to reword everything. My brain's going too fast, but anyways, Asta said, to Vanessa, do you want me to show you my magic, or do you want to show your magic first? As Vanessa just says, well, I can show you mine. I don't mind. As she tells her it's just strings and that it's basically she can do a lot of things like controlling people's bodies and parts and such, and she can even do some. She's been trying to work on something for the longest time. It was really, he just finds her like string magic very interesting. She's like saying what she can do with it and such, and he's just fascinated by this. And he goes, wait, how old are you? And I'm saying because they're in the Middle Ages, their age in that time period was like when you hit like your 15 to 16, like 15 to 16 years of age, you're technically a man or, woman, an adult. So, yes, I'm going with that logical preference. So basically, I'm making Vanessa at least no, 17. Yeah, I'm making her 17. And if you guys don't like it, I did it for a reason. Bite me. But yeah. So, anyways, though, so he goes, really? You look a lot older. She goes, yeah, I know, but it comes in my favor. And he goes, as also thinks to himself, I wonder what she means by that. Hmm. Oh, whatever. So he tells her about his magic. Well, he tells her about the abilities he could do when he was, well, back in his old world, and then tell her what he could do now that it converted into magic. As she's amazed by this. And so, Yami and Magna did go to their gambling session, and when they get back when that was happening, and they're just having the grimoires, the Black Bull's cape, and in their freaking underwear like in canon, and then they Magna and Noel along with Asta are getting assigned to the mission. But then Luck intervenes and says, I'd like to come with, if you don't mind. Just like that. And Asta has his mask on and smiling. He was like, the more the merrier, I say. And so, what happens is, um, they go outside, and well, Captain Omni agreed to it, so yeah. And so they go outside. Mona shows them well, the his basically his broom, and he says, "I can't carry all of you guys, and so look, if you can, just hop on." He goes, "No need. I don't need to use you as transportation no more." He goes, "Wait, what?" As then he calls up his horse. Give me a minute. As he calls Ruin, Luck does. I mean, and they see basically a red flame coming from the ground, just popping up out of nowhere. As they see this, well, black, this black horse with red flames on the around the hooves, coming out of nowhere. As it just then with a saddle on it too. So as it just like rides up to Lotta's, it stops, and Luck is just saying, "Whoa!" I mean, you're just like, "Whoa there, Ruin, and calm down." As Ruin does, as he just pen his horse and such. As he goes, "So, does anyone know where Saucy Village is?" As Manda shows them the map of where it is, and he says, "Dust, can you show me show me the way?" As Dust nods, and basically he's starting to fly off. As he says, "Keep up with us. We ride pretty fast." As Magna, says, "All right, Noah, let's go." She goes, "Wait, don't touch me, you common!" Ah! Basically, he just grabs her by the hand. And they just run off onto his basically his broomstick as they get it on and just fly. As Asa and Luck get on, Asa gets on the spare and Luck gets on, Ruin. As they just start riding off. As they're having a race with Luck and Asa having a race while Mano's trying to keep up. They're running pretty fast, faster than what they ever could see or expect from horses. And Noah says, "Well, they are the horsemen of the apocalypse, so they have to move pretty quickly." And Mano says, "I didn't know they could move this quickly. I don't want to use all my magic." So they just take like not even that long, and to get there, say like by the time they get there, it was like an hour, and they're 30 minutes behind Magna and Noel. So what they do is they get off their horses. They found out where Saucy Village is, and they go into town. They ask the people about they're here for the you know hunt the boars and such. Where they just point the directions of where they are. And the townspeople like point them in as they say thank you. So they go, and what happens? They go into the forest and they take down the boars pretty easily. Luck using his sword and his electric magic, and Asta using his scythe, his ghouls, and his well, his basically his special moves with his Reaper attacks, with his death attacks. And so while they're waiting, they gather up the boars and just put them in a pile as they, wait for, Magna and Noel. And, Asta says a lot. Goes like, "So, do you have any of your powers?" You know? And he goes, "Yes, besides my sword and my gauntlet, I nearly have all my abilities, but in my, grimoire." He goes, "But the chaos transformation of yours," he goes, "Yes, that form is automatically, I can always do it just like you." He goes, "Cool." And he goes, "Yes, I got wings I can use. Instead of gliding, I can use them to fly instead." He goes like, "So you got a horse and you can fly. Anything else I need to know, brother?" He goes, "Well, I do have some special weapons, so there's those." So all the weapons, all the horsemen, I mean, not all the horsemen, all the weapons that, you know, War has, he, already has. While, the Asta says, I have to get the weapons and he was like, yes, I had to find them. Seems like I already got a hammer. I need to find a spear and I'm trying to think now. What was it like? They were gauntlets with blades on them, like claw blades, along with I think a sword. Uh, Too many things to remember. And War just well not War. Love just laughs. So Amanda and Noel get there, and about a couple minutes after they just started talking. So and everything happened in the Hasi village, but they get there pretty easily because well, they just had to get there. They already got the job done. They just have to deliver them, and that's what they do. But they get over to Saucy's village as they see a wall of cloud, of fog, and well, the anti-magic devil is talking to Austin says, "This is magic. We can cut right through it, or just have one of your ghouls go in and make a path." As he goes, "All right." And then he opens his book. He says, "Death, magic, necromancy, you know, um, ghouls." As two of them pop up, as he said, he's just like they're like covering with a fog of basically a fog around them. As magic goes like, "Whoa, that's pretty impressive magic." And Watcher says, "Impressive, yes, but fully capability, the full capabilities shown, not so much." As they ask, Noel finally asks, "What? Who is the strongest out of the four horsemen?" And he just says, "Well, I was the leader of them, but to say the one with the most skilled was probably Death." As Noel and Magna are looking at him, looking at Asta in shock. And so, the ghouls are going forward as the anti-magic, is destroying the mist, being around them, as he says, follow, as they go forward. So, after a couple of minutes of walking, they get into the middle of Saucy's village, Saucy Village, as they see that, well, the guy's gonna die in this one, so, the leader of Saucy Village dies. And that kind of upset Asta a little bit, along with War. War a little bit more because, well, I just see it more happening. And Asta's just a little angry, so the madness is really angry. So what happens is, everything that happens similar to canon, but they have a harder time keeping up with Lucht and Asta in this. Asta is using ghouls along with anti-magic, and he actually brings out the hammer and slams on the ground, which cracks it and sends a little bit of pillars of rock up in there, send two of the mages flying, and then War, uses basically his thunder magic, his lightning magic, zooms up in the air, grabs them both, slams them to the ground, and he just summons out his sword. He grabs it and says, "That anyone else wants to be does anyone else want to get hurt?" As the guys are, as the mages are saying, what are these guys? What are these two and everything? As he just, as the leader says, "Stop focusing on them." As they try to kill everyone in the village, along with Noel. Madness trying to help, along with not Lit, Lucht. But then Noel gets to see Keeper's Dome because of the little girl again. So yeah. And what happens, after Asta was not I said that, sorry, but I meant to say Asta, just it's just outside of it. He goes like, as hold on. All right, sorry about that. But anyways, so you know, they just the leader, just asking, "Who are you, you maggot?" He goes. Asta just looks at him and goes like, "Maggot? How am I a maggot to you?" And well, he says, "You are a maggot or a dog. You all are just weak." As then, Asta just tells the anti-magic devil to stop absorbing his magic, to like seal it off so that everyone doesn't fear him. As he just nods. He says, "All right, partner." And then all of a sudden, everyone in the area can sense Asta's magic. It's overwhelming. As he just, they're all cowering in fear. It's like, what, what, what are you? As then he says, I am one of the horsemen of the apocalypse, the horsemen of death. And he goes, what the? As then all of a sudden he just dashes forwards, and then all of a sudden, he just turns and does the same thing he did to Magna, and he says, Reaper, well, death magic, Reaper soul slash. As then all of a sudden he starts to spin around, and he slashes all of them, getting them unconscious. Well, getting them unconscious, basically. As the only one who was actually still able to stand for a few minutes, his leader goes like, impossible. As he then falls over. As Asta puts away the hammer, and he just says, impossible. Wow. Funny. As Lucky comes over to him, he goes like, did you really have to show them that? How much magic you really had? He goes like, I know it's not something I would do, but he called me a dog slash maggot. I wanted to show him how inferior he really was. As Ward just says, brother, I meant left, not war, but whatever. And he just says, you really are a piece of work. As Asta just laughs. Hold on. So, yeah. So, everything happens. They kill themselves and all of that. And Asta just says, and it was like, such is life. Fools are fools. Nothing more, nothing less. As he walks over to, the leader of Hossie village. I mean, not Hossie, Saucy village. As he puts his fingers on the neck and he finds he's dead. He just starts, cursing himself, and then he just looks into his looks into one of his spells. As I don't think I can make him come back to life, so for right now at least. So yeah. So for right now, the guy's dead. Everyone, cries. Everything goes in canon. Never finds a stone. He hits the guy. She hits him on the head. And well, what happens next is basically, they go back. They reported and what happened, and they congratulated them on for the job. Well done. And Asta just says, "Oh, you have two of the horsemen's right there, so it's a pretty easy job, you know." And he just walks away, and he just goes into his room, and he just said, "I'm tired." As he looks over, he sees a bottle. He was like, "I really need to stop drinking before I sleep." But and, he just starts takes a sip and just goes to sleep, and then he goes like, "Oh yeah, I always keep on watering this down because well, it's a little bit too strong." Yeah. So yeah. So anyways, um I'm saving some parts for next video, because yeah. So this is where I'm just leaving off. Short video. I know. Let me guys know what you think. Also, if no one likes the way I'm doing Asta in this one, sorry, but he's deaf. So, would he really care? Would he really care? No. Also, medieval logic. 16 years old, 16 or 15 years old. You're of age. So yeah. I think it even said that in the anime. So yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video today or tonight, and that was it. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video and such. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And yeah, hope you guys have a nice night, day, wherever you guys are, and just stay safe. Alright, bye everyone.